Hey, today I'm going to do a little video on a car I haven't talked about in a long time. It's my 1980 Buick Regal Sportcoupe Turbo Limited. They didn't make a whole heck of a lot of them, and they have the draw-through turbo 4-barrel carburetor. So it's a draw-through turbo setup, and I haven't tried to start this car in a very long time, so let's see how she starts. I've been trickle charging the battery though, so let's see how she goes. Oh wow, that was quick. That was easy. Yeah, she's running good. Listen to this car run a little bit, and once it warms up a little, we'll take a walk around the car. Let you see this little draw-through turbo Buick. This is quite an interesting car because this was the first turbo Buick that led to the Grand National. The Grand National, they perfected it. This is when they were still doing carbureted turbos. They had the 4-barrel Rochester quadrajet carburetor, and the fuel air mixture comes through the carburetor and draws through, basically. It gets sucked through the intake of the turbocharger's compressor and compressed and forced in the intake, so when the intake valve opens, all that boost gets in those cylinders. So this is the version of the Buick, the early turbo Buicks. They call it before black. Basically, it's the turbo Buicks that led to the Grand National. All right, she's idling good, so we'll take a walk around. Yep, 1980 Buick Regal Sportcoupe. Yeah. Buick Sportcoupe. Nice little custom side pipe exhaust, a little glass pack. It's a nice little car. I've done a lot of work to this one. Originally, this Buick had a Rochester quadrajet carburetor. Well, I changed it to a Holly-style Summit Racing carburetor, as you can see here. It has dual fuel feeds. The turbocharger is also different too. I fabricated the turbocharger for my 87 Buick Regal Turbo T, and I fabricated it to fit in a draw-through application. So the 87's turbo is in this 1980, and then instead of having an internal wastegate, we welded that shut, and we now run an external wastegate. External wastegate that dumps right out. So a lot of custom things have been done to this car, and the engine especially. Nice new big radiator, electric fan. Look at all that nice space right there. See? Got rid of all that. And you can see some original information on this. If you can still see it, we'll look at it. Look at this information from original. See if we can fix that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see all that since this car is well over, well, it's getting ready to turn 40 years old, so, you know, pretty dang good for a 40-year-old almost. There's the front. Put some little racing stripes on it to make it look a little nicer, make it look cool. Did a little intake mod as well. on this car works real good. Transmission's got a bit of a leak, so I've got to drop the transmission. I'm going to use that opportunity to put a higher stall torque converter in there. Has a Hydromatic Turbo 350 transmission. And needs some seat work. You know, the original seats are not that great. So I'm going to replace the 2 seats with some racing seats and keep the back. They're not in bad shape. Just haven't touched up. Overall, I think it's a great looking car for 40 years old. You know, I put the 87's wheels on there too. Since the original wheels were not with the car, it just had some ugly wheels on it, so I put the 1987 original wheels on there from the 87 Regal Turbo T. So, and some Cooper Cobra tires on it. Here's your back tires. Here's my side pipe exhaust. It's a fun little car. It's a work in progress. Little by little, I'm going to get this thing running really nice. I'll eventually go through the engine and fix every little tiny thing, put all new rings, new bearings. I might even do a stroker engine for this too. That would be kind of neat. If I could find a 4.1 V6 like I did on my 87, I could do a 4.1 stroker, which will turn out to be a 4.5 or a 274-inch stroker. But for now, I've got a 3.8-liter engine, which translates to 231 cubic inches, so it's quite the car. This is a great little car. It's so simple, there's no computers in it. That's what makes this thing really nice. 1980, some cars went to computers, and some cars still, like this carbureted one, is non-computer controlled. So it's quite a nice little car. So we'll shut it off, and yeah, it's been a little while since I started this car. It's a great little car, and I hope you enjoyed this little blast from the past from my 40-year-old Turbo Buick. Nice little classic. 40-year-old classic. Has a little sunroof too. Hope you enjoyed watching this little piece of history here. One of the more unknown draw-through turbocharged cars, because there's a lot of people that sat there and wondered, hey, does draw-through turbocharging work? Well, here it is. It works quite well. So now you know, if you didn't know before. So have a great day and mad boosting.